All right. All right, class. So this is the rest of the study guide. I didn't get a chance to complete this problem, but here you're finding the square of you're saying 205. Oops, sorry. 205 times 205 or 205 squared. That's going to give you 42,025. Bring down the b squared. Then you have 325 squared, and that gives you 105,625. And you're going to subtract the 42,025 from both sides. This is gone, and we're left with b squared. And then you're going to take that number and subtract it. Subtract, oops, 20. Okay. And so that's going to be 63,600. And you're going to find the square root on both sides. So we type in the square root. Move this cursor out the way. 63600. Okay. So that's about, they traveled west, going west for 252 miles. Okay. Number 10, an isosceles. First of all, an isosceles triangle means that you have two of the sides that are congruent. So this side is the same amount as this side. So you need to figure out what the length of these sides are and then add them all together. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 6 units this way, so find these. So what I'm going to do is draw a right triangle and use Pythagorean theorem. This is 1, 2, 3. So this side is 3. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to use Pythagorean theorem to find this length. If you find this length, then you have that one also. So you have a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And so this is 5 here, 5 squared. This is 3 here, so this is 3 squared is equal to c squared. So this is 25 plus 9. Okay? So 25 plus 9, that gives you 34. Okay? So now you're going to find the square root of 34. So let's type that in. Second, x squared, 34. So that's about 5.8. So this is 5.8 on this side, and this is 5.8 on this side. So we got 5 point, when you find in the perimeter, I'll add all the sides. 5.8 plus 5.8 plus 6. Okay? So we got 5.8 plus 5.8 plus 6. And that's going to give us 16.8, or about 16.8 units as the perimeter. Okay? The next one, you have these vertices, so you're going to graph those points. You got 1 and 1, 2. Then you got 1 and up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, this is A, this is B. And then you got 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's supposed to be 2, sorry. This is supposed to be 2. I meant to tell y'all that. All right, so this is a right triangle. Oops. So to find this distance right here, BC, that's this distance, it's BC. Then you're going to use, again, Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. So your A is 1, 2, 3, 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. Okay? So we got 4 squared plus 6 squared equals c squared. This is 16 plus 36. Okay? All right. So we got, look, 16 plus 36. That gives us 52. Okay? So now we find the square root. So let's do square root of 52. And that gives us about 7.2 2. Okay? So this length right here, BC, see how it's asking for BC? That length is about 702. Okay? All right, so now let's look at this square. And let's make this a little darker. E, F, G, and H. Yeah, it was a little on the light side. All right, so what's the length of the diagonal? This is the diagonal. So using Pythagorean Theorem again, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So the a is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And b, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is the side you're trying to find, the diagonal, right? So we got 6 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared. Your 6 squared is 36. This is your 16, sorry. And bring down the c squared. You know how you have a brain fart sometimes? It's crazy, ain't it? So, we did the same thing up here. So this is going to be, when I add, you see how I add these two together, I got 52. Didn't mean to make that the same. And so this gives me 7.2 also. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so let's look at the homework, okay? While we're here, might as well look at the homework, right? Oh. Okay. Looking at Monday's homework. Okay, so we're finding the slope of the line. So when you find the slope of the line, remember you count your rise over your run. Okay? So that means you're going to go from this point right here to this point right here. You went down, so that's -1. So put -1 on the top here. And then you go to the right, 1, 2, 3. So you're going to put 3 here. And that's going to be your answer, -1 over 3. Okay? All right, let's look at the next one. Find the value so the x or y that passes through the 2 points. Okay, that the line passes through the 2 points has a given slope. So look, you're trying to find this missing value right here. Okay, they give you the slope, but you're trying to find the y coordinate. Okay, so what you do is substitute the numbers into, and you substitute these numbers into the formula. So m is 1, so you got 1 right here, is equal to y2. Your y2 is -2 because this is x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, so this gives me on the top -2 minus the y over -9 minus the -3. Okay, so this gives me, when I do this, I get -2 minus y over, and then the bottom, this is plus a positive, so that gives me -6. Oops, I'm sorry. This is 1 is equal to -2 minus the y, and on the bottom, that gives me -6. Okay, so now this is a proportion. Just make this into a fraction, okay, and then cross multiply. So when you cross multiply, you multiply 1 times the -6, which gives you -6. And on this side, you multiply 1 times -2 minus y. So when you distribute, this gives you a -2 minus y. So to get y by itself, because you're looking for y, remember you're looking for y, you add 2 on both sides. Today's been a pretty off day, y'all. I'm so sorry. And then this gives you -4 is equal to a -y. So we're going to divide both sides, get rid of this negative by -1. Negative divided by negative is a positive, so it gives you +4. Okay. The volume of a basketball. Remember, a basketball is a sphere. So I'm going to draw a sphere here. It says that the volume of the basketball in terms, okay, so you're going to write it in terms of pi. So your answer, you're not going to multiply 3 and 1400. Your answer is going to have pi in it, okay? All right, so the diameter is 28. Remember how we talked about when the diameter is 28, you have to find the radius by dividing by 2. So your radius here is going to be 14. So volume of a sphere is V is equal to 4 over 3 pi r to the third power. So this is 4 over 3 pi. You're not going to multiply pi because they want it written in terms of pi. And the radius is 14 to the third power. So let's multiply these two numbers together. Okay, you have parentheses 4 over 3. You have times 14 caret key 3. So look at what this gives you. 3,000. V is going to be 3,658. And the 6 is repeating. But don't forget pi, because we didn't multiply pi. They want it written in terms of pi. So pi is in our answer. And this is centimeters to the third power. So this is how you write your answer in terms of pi. Don't multiply the pi. Just write it in the answer. Okay? All right, so now we're doing a cone. The formula for a cone is 1/3 pi r squared times height. Okay, they gave you the radius this time. The radius is here halfway through the circle. That's 4 feet. Okay. Let's see. The volume is 600. I'm sorry, 600. Lord, 165. Okay, that's V. That's what V is equal to. So now you got to find the height. So you're solving for H. Okay. So substitute this in for V. So that's 165. Then we got 1/3. Then we got 3 and 1400ths. We got a radius of 4. And we're trying to find out what the H is. H is what's missing. So this side is already simplified here. Let's multiply this together. Multiply all three of these numbers together. So we got 1/3 times 3 and 1400ths times a height. We don't know. What's the... Oh, why did I put 4 there? Because you're tripping, girl. Oh, wait. Yeah, you're right. 4 squared. Forgot the squared. Okay, so times 4 squared. So sorry. Lord help me, please. All right, so when I multiply all of this together, I get 16.74 H. This is multiplication. To solve for H, divide both sides by the 16.75. Okay, so divide that. When you divide 165 divided by 16.75, type that in. And on this side, you get H. But on this side, you get 9.85. Okay, so that's going to be your answer. The last one, a ramp has a rise. So that means it goes up to 10. This needs to be a straight line, Miss Reyes. It goes up to 10. This is the ramp, goes up 10. And then it runs 50. This is 50 this way. Okay, so it's up 10, and then it goes over 50 feet. So the slope of this ramp, the steepness of this ramp, remember, rise is on top, so that's 10, and run is on the bottom, that's 50. So when you reduce this gives you 1/5. Okay, so just make sure you reduce it to 1/5. Okay. All right, y'all. This was your homework help video. Have a good day. Bye.